Just when you look at the offense through 6 games, what do you feel like you guys, I mean, other than the obvious of making plays, what do you feel like you guys just need to improve on now heading into the second half?
I think, we've been through 6 games, and, first of all, I think I'm the one with the ball in my hands every play, and I got to play a lot better. I think that's first and foremost for our offense to be as successful as it's going to be. I got to play a lot better, and I know that, and I'm working as hard as I can to improve every week. And from everybody else's perspective, we all just gotta like you said, make plays, and we all got to do our job. And, it all works together. It's not about one individual. We're a team, so this thing all works together. And I'm very confident, like I've said before, that we're gonna continue to improve every week and continue to get better.
Jarrett, do you have any kind of grasp on what the issue is on defense?
I got to make the throw. Just like the other night, I can't tell you how many times I've made that throw in practice, and for whatever reason, I just didn't make it. And so I just got to, whether it's focus in more, or whatever it needs to be, I got to make those throws, and that's what it comes down to.
When you go back and watch that one, does it make it even, did it sting a little more when you saw a couple of plays that could have been for you guys?
Oh, for sure. I think just from what I can recall off the top of my head, we left 21 points out on the field. And that obviously would have helped us win the game. And those plays, they hurt whenever you watch them on Sunday. But at the same time, you got to put it in the past, and you got to go to work. And like I said, I got to make that throw and make some other throws. But we're going to continue to work, and fully confident that we're going to get things going.
Do you overthrow in practice too, or is it just something that happens in the games?
Not every throw is going to be necessarily perfect. I'm very hard on myself, and so, nobody was more frustrated with that throw than me. And, in practice, I got to continue to make those throws, and then I got to translate it to the game and make the throw. That's what it comes down to.
The quick take after the game Saturday, you said felt like that you guys found a little something on offense. Mm-hmm. After watching it, did you see that again?
No, for sure. Just like the LSU game. There was 3 consecutive drives where we went down and scored, running the ball effectively, throwing the ball effectively, and kind of the same thing the other night. We had a stretch there where we were really moving the ball, doing some really good things, and we just couldn't get the ball in the end zone, or whatever it may be. We just kind of stalled off, and that's my job as the leader of the offense, to continue to push those guys whenever we get in those tough situations in big games. So I got to do a better job of really pushing our guys to be the best that they can be, and I gotta do a better job personally.
Do you hear the criticism when you see it on social media? Are you aware of it, or are you able to tune it out?
I'm not focused on anything other than getting better every week. I've said it a bunch of times in here. I don't even have social media. I have Instagram, but I use Instagram as a platform to put more positivity out in the world, not necessarily, look at stuff that's negative. And that's just how I am and how I'm going to continue to be. So I don't really care about the criticism or negativity, because at the end of the day, everybody in these walls, we've all got each other's back, and we're going to continue to get better every week.
Jarrett, this is, particularly under Gus Malzahn, been a run-first, play-action offense. Midway through the season, what do you feel the identity of this offense is right now?
I think we got a lot of really good pieces to the puzzle. I think we're really effective when we're playing with tempo, whether if it's throwing or running. I think if we can get in those situations where we're able to play with some tempo and some rhythm, I think that's when we're at our best, and we just got to find ways to get a big play, and then that way we can get into that tempo.
Do you feel like you need to do a better job of handling once the pressure gets to you? Sometimes when things just break down the offense line, and kind of how are some ways you can get better at handling that? Yeah, for sure. I think it just comes with practice. You got to practice everything like it's a game, and I know this season I've tried to take that approach more so than last season, just having more experience. Whether if it's watching film a different way or practicing a different way, really trying to implement that into my game
and become a better player.
Everybody's lost games before. But how hard is it, or how long does it take, I guess, with a frustrating one like that one Saturday?
I got
Put it behind you and go on.
I got the 24-hour rule. So 24 hours, it's over with, move on to the next week. I mean, you know, Sunday you come up here, watch the game film from Mississippi State, go out to practice, do corrections, that sort of thing. Monday morning rolls around, watching Tennessee, and you're moving on.
Joe, when you look at yourself on film, is there one or two things that you see that you really are working on to correct some issues there?
Yeah, no, I think obviously the first thing is just make those throws that I know I can make. My teammates know I can make that throw or any of those throws that I've missed. I mean, that's kind of one of the main things is just make the throw. But at the same time, there's a lot of other things, whether it's making sure I'm going all the way through my progression or making sure, I'm staying in the pocket as long as possible and then hitting the check down. Those are some things that I can think of off the top of my head that I've, tried to work on as much as I can this season. I'm trying to improve on week to week. But like I said, I got full confidence in our coaches and our players we're going to get better every week.
The last 2 weeks, is there anything with your footwork or your follow through or anything that maybe you're not doing that you normally would do in practice?
No, I just got to make the throw.
The last 2 weeks, you had a big pass to Darius Slayton and then the big pass to Ryan Davis. Do you think that maybe the key to everything is being able to do that all in one game where you get those two involved and you're counting on them to kind of move the offense forward?
I think they're definitely big keys to our offense. They're playmakers, and we like to try and get them the ball, as much as we can, as often as we can. So, I think for us to be successful, we got to get the ball in our playmakers' hands, whether if it's those two or Seth or Flash or whoever it may be. We got to get the ball in those guys' hands and let them make plays.
When things aren't going well from drive to drive, are you ever tempted to just go out there and crack skulls and check chins and stuff? Because when we see you on TV, you're kind of pensive and you're thinking about the next task.
Right.
Are you ever tempted to go down and kind of chew some butts and get people fired up?
I think there's a time and place for everything, but I'm not so much the guy that's gonna just start yelling and screaming all that kind of stuff. I like to instill confidence in our guys, and I like to give them positivity. Everybody's got a different way of doing that, and whether we score, whether we don't score, every time I'm going down the offensive line saying, "Hey guys, positive self-talk. Let's keep going, keep grinding," because that's a big thing. And sometimes I don't think people realize that. I mean, if you start talking negatively about yourself, to yourself, then it'll start eating away at you. And I just like to keep those guys motivated. The receivers the same way, running backs the same way. It's a long game, so anything can happen during that span. And I just, again, like to give those guys as much positivity and confidence as possible.
Tempo's obviously been something that's been talked about a lot. It was something that, whether it was Baylor or I know high school was tempo for you. How important is that just from a rhythm standpoint for that tempo? Because we've seen it when you guys go a little faster, it seems to
right.
a little bit more energy to everybody.
I think it's huge. Anytime, like I said, anytime you can get a really big play right off the bat, and then you can, pace a run or, pace a quick pass, or whether if it's a shot, whatever it may be, it just kind of gets everybody's juices flowing a little bit. And like I said, we just got to do a better job of hitting those, first initial big plays, and that way we can get into that rhythm.
Jarrett, when you hit the 42-yard pass line, do you think that's going to make defensive backs maybe play off them a little bit because they've been on pretty tight on screens lately?
No, I think, I can't speak for defenses, obviously, but I know, I know what kind of playmakers we have, and, I know defenses are obviously going to try and stop those playmakers and that sort of thing. So whether they back off or whether they press up, I have full confidence in our guys and our offensive line and myself that, we're still going to make plays.
Jarrett, despite Tennessee's record, what have you seen from their defense that they've been able to do well this year?
Well, obviously, Coach Pruitt, I've played against him before, and so I know a little bit about his defense. He's an extremely great coach. And, Tennessee, they always have really, really good personnel, really good players. And, I've watched a bunch of film on them already from, some of the games they've played, Georgia, I watched a West Virginia game, and they do a lot of good things. And I know Coach Pruitt's going to have those guys ready to go, and I know we're going to be ready to go for it.
Jarrett, when you guys entered the season, as a defending ACC West champs. Obviously, the goal was to get back to Atlanta, and now that looks very bleak from where you guys are standing. How do you just kind of approach things from there to make sure it doesn't go further south and that you guys might have a chance to compete?
Right. No, I think for us, especially as the leaders of the team, we got to take this one game at a time. Obviously we've lost 2 games in the West, but there's still a lot of ball left to play this year, and we were kind of sitting in this same spot last year. A lot of people counting us out, that sort of thing, and like I said, I think I said this after the game Saturday, is that this team's really resilient, and we're going to find a way to improve every week. And like I said, we're just going to take it one game at a time, 1 week at a time, and not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Are you kind of pleased and maybe happy for the future with the run game, despite not getting 100 yards, just by the way Whitlow was running, especially in that second half and breaking through?
Yeah, I think all of our running backs really. Obviously, Booby played really well the other night, and Cam's played really well this year. Sean, he's like a little spark at times. I mean, Asa can do a lot of things too. I mean, we got a lot of guys that can make plays, and I'm fully confident that those guys are only going to continue to get better. I mean, this goes for everybody. As much as you play, from week to week to week, you can only improve. And I know those guys, with Coach Horton are looking to improve, and I feel really confident that those guys are going to continue to do that.
What is it about this offense that gives you the confidence it can sort of correct what it needs to the second half of the season?
I think we got great players and great coaches. That's what it boils down to. I mean, if you look at it, we got every skill position back from last year. I'm back this year. Running back, Cam's back. Got some good young talent there. And then, obviously at the skill position, we added some guys. And then up front, I mean, Marquell, Mike, Tega, they all have significant experience. And, got some good, Jack, I mean, he's played a lot. Not in this league, but he's played a lot. And then obviously Nick, he's more of a fresher guy. So we have a lot of talent, and we have great coaches. And like I said, we got to put it all together. But I have full confidence that we're going to do that.
With all that put into consideration, does it surprise you that it has taken a while for you guys to get rolling?
I think it's part of it. It's obviously, game one, you want to come out and do a bunch of great things. And I thought game one we did a bunch of great things. And then, we just haven't gotten into that rhythm quite yet. But like I said, full confidence that we're going to be able to bounce back and get better this week and come out and play better on Saturday.